Hi and a very good afternoon. So this is market end of the day analysis for tomorrow. Today I will show you 1 day time frame just to have a bigger picture. If you see Nifty 50, it is 1 day time frame spot chart. Market is clearly in a sideways zone. So option writers are activated here, and there is no such opportunity you can find when until unless there is some kind of breakout on this side or breakdown on the other side. So in between, you only can go for small trades for intraday basis, probably scalping. And then if every time you see if price touched to its support, price bounce. 4-5 days back when this candle tried to give breakdown, and that's where exactly, since if it is not meant to give a breakdown and yet during the market for any news or any sentiment, if candle able to close below it, next day it can act as a false breakout or breakdown, and that's where every time when false breakout and breakdown happens, other side momentum comes very quick, and that's where this candle appeared. So on the upside you have resistance 70,800 and 16,800. जब तक market इस range के बाहर नहीं जाता, you cannot expect a big momentum. So even if you're an option writer, you can go ahead with writing options with hedges below this. ठीक है, if straddle करते हो तो यहाँ कर सकते हो, और strangle करते हो तो below these support and resistance you can go ahead. ठीक है, let's come to the smaller time frame. Okay, today exactly market ने support let me yeah, so these were the support levels. We discussed it already, that possible trade setup. निफ्टी के अंदर ब्रेकआउट के बाद ट्रेड बैठा भी, but retest somewhere happened here in smaller time frame. If you go, let's go to 5 minutes. Somewhere here could have captured the long trade, and 1:1.9, let's say 1:1.5 पे लेते तो it would have been decent enough. But निफ्टी के अंदर वो चीज काम की, बैंक निफ्टी में नहीं की. However, when we figured like it was there on this candle itself, I think on Friday we discussed strategy on 15 minutes time frame. If you see any kind of bearish engulfing or bullish engulfing, you can go for short on that candle. On completion, after completion, the next candle you go short and keep the stop loss of that candle. So it on basis of that, if you would have taken trade today, let's see what kind of move you would have got. And your target came all the way 1:2 more than 2. ठीक है, तो 1:1.5, 1:1.8 जितना भी लेते, it would have been fine. But on this candle, it confirmed कि market is going to reverse basically. So that's what exactly happened. Tomorrow, another thing what you need to understand, this was previous day's range. Today it closed near to, it's almost closing of previous day. Market gave a big range today. However, it is absolutely sideways still. So जब तक market price try to go higher, doesn't sustain. जब नीचे भी आता है, then also it doesn't sustain. So market की बहुत important range जो intraday basis के ऊपर आती है वो है 70,086 and 17,423 plus. So जब तक इसके बाहर market नहीं जाता, you cannot expect a big momentum in Nifty as well. Let's move to Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty में जो setup we discussed, that did not trigger. Let me come to smaller time frame for a while. This was a trade which we decided that there is a possibility. What is the reason of failure? Understand. If you don't understand what setups work and what doesn't, it will not help you make consistent money. Though I did not take the second trade, I'll tell you the reason. Based on this setup, the breakout आया, it retested. You can go long, you can go short here, go for 1:1.5 or 2, whatever the risk reward is. Provided you make money, you can take trade here. Okay, but why did not work, or why there was a possibility that it may not work? The only reason was that this was support level and this was resistance level. Support level से अगर इसको आप breakdown बोलते हो and false breakdown है, then you see every time after false breakdown happens or false breakout happens, market tend to give you sharp momentum after it, and that's why it recovered immediately and then there was a rally. But अगर considering this, यहाँ पे क्यों नहीं लेना चाहिए? There is least possibility because market had already given you 37,200 से लेके 37,800 का move. So do you expect market to give you another kind of 400-500 point move or 200-300 point move? So it was risky here. However, trade lene ke baad there was, you could have taken your exit on this candle. Why on this candle? I'll tell you. See, the time is 13:25. Let's come to 15 minutes time frame. This is 13:25. Okay, 13:15 ko you had got your bearish engulfing. So अगर आपकी एंट्री समवेयर ऑन 37,900 के पास थी तो थोड़ा सा द स्टॉप लॉस वाज हियर, बट यू कुड हैव गॉन एग्जिट हियर कंसीडरिंग कि मार्केट हैज चेंज्ड इट्स स्ट्रक्चर ऑन इंट्राडे बेसिस. नाउ इट्स टाइम टू change your position. Based on this candle, if you would have gone short, and your risk reward would have been 1:1.67 all the way, but 1:1.25, 1:1.4 जितना भी आप लेते हो. So it was nearly 1.87 all the way. अगर bottom भी पकड़े तो 1:1.5, whatever the trade you can take, depending on your risk reward and your accuracy. So that trade would have exited here, and another trade triggered was on shorting opportunity considering this. Also, the reason for this bearish engulfing to be considered was the breakout price trying to sustain here, and yet it is giving you this big red candle. It is clearly saying that the price is not sustaining here. So based on this, I will also remove this setup which we took in the morning. So based on this setup, if you still consider on a bigger time frame, let me take it to 30 minutes. Okay, so this is Friday's closing price, and this is today's closing price. So market gave you big upside and downside move, breaking the range of previous days. Yet at the end, it's got into the same previous day's range. So market, this is also sideways. Intraday ke opportunity thi, it is understandable, but you cannot have a big move until proper ranges are taken out. So जब तक ये support level अगर मैं daily time frame पे check करता हूँ एक बार बैंक निफ्टी को, let me hide these. Okay. So this is the support level, this side range basically, and this is another range. First time I tried to go higher and couldn't sustain, and then came all the way down and came very sharply. So we can clearly see that until unless at 38,800 and on the bottom side 36,800 is not taken out, you cannot expect market to give you any further momentum. Downside की possibility कम है, ऊपर जाने की possibility ज़्यादा है. However, FIIs are kept on selling like on daily basis, so market still holding it. So as long as these levels are intact, you can keep writing on the CE side here above this resistance and PE side below this support. Or if you are iron fly or straddle, you can short somewhere here, getting a range of 2,500 on the upside and 2,500 point on the downside. Do it on the bigger time frame so that longer expiry, so that you get enough room, enough cushion to adjust your trade. If you know option writing, then do it. If you don't, then don't. Just play on intraday basis, whatever the support and resistance levels we are marking on daily basis, try and adapt the learning. That's more important. Okay, so tomorrow again it can consolidate further here. Agar market ऊपर जाना है तो it can further consolidate, because the reason is this breakout had to fail because it had already given the rally. Okay, so chances goes little dicey. So market market have to make a base here, and after that if it gives you breakout, there's a possibility that market can touch this target. So from this level to this level, you still have a room for approx 500 points. और अगर यहाँ खुलता है तो bottom के side के अंदर you have this level, and this may or may not act. Let me, okay, it can react to this level, but I don't think so that this will hold any good in a way that it can reverse the market. Support and resistance should act as important when they have the power to reverse the price. Respecting these levels doesn't mean that they are going to reverse, so you can be cautious. The next target you can choose for at least 36,500 or 36,700. So basically in this area you can expect if price falls. So that's for tomorrow. We will do the analysis or live trade. If I do any and I get time, I will update you. Do join the Telegram for live updates.